Hey, how's it going, guys? I am Greg.
This is your boy Luther.
I'm Amani.
And we're L.A.N Party. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, do the things.
Dude, you was the only one to say it this time. She abandoned you, bro.
No, I can't find my camera. I'm like, wait, where's my camera? And I'm like, yup. Oh, well.
That's stopping you from saying what you normally say?
No, I was like, where's the camera? Because I usually look there. There's no there. And I was like, oh, shit. I guess I look here. Oh, well.
You can't curse no more for the rest of the pod.
You said I get 5. That's
No,
what you said.
for that one episode, you're back to 1.
You can't curse. No, I could. Yours and I get losers.
No, you
So I
cannot.
get,
No.
but I have
cannot.
5 left.
No, you don't. And you can't count.
No, because you have 3. He has 3. I have 3.
I have 1.
He
Luther
has
has 1. You have none.
I have 5.
No, you have none. We just started. You started off with, even if you had 5, you wasted your first one at the beginning. You're clipped. Don't worry about it. You're done. All right, so how's everybody's weekends?
It was great.
So what you do this weekend?
I saw Novocaine. That was great.
What is that?
It's a movie about a guy who can't feel, so he becomes...
Oh, right. The one with Huey.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Huey.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
Yes.
That sounds like a question mark.
I mean, I'm not really... As I grow older, I don't really feel the violence. It was very violent-y, and it was very, like, body horror. I guess it's a good thing I did not see Terrifier, because I might not have made it through that movie, because it was light body horror, and I was like, I am uncomfortable. But it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It is. I think if you guys saw it, you would really enjoy it. I enjoyed
I'm not
it.
paying to see that.
I think I cried a bit.
What?
So, yeah. It was very, it pulled at the heartstrings, bro. It was nice. It was good. Because, you know, it's about a guy who saves a girl, and he's just an average Joe, but he makes his disability a superpower. So it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Why are you making that face?
Luther, how was your weekend?
I didn't do much. Stayed in the house, played video games. The end. You know, normal stuff. Kind of stuck at home for the time being, so there's nothing for me to do.
Wait, why are you stuck at home for the
My
time
Shayla.
being? Wait, why are you stuck at home for the time being?
Because I am, okay? Because I am.
Okay.
My God.
Yo, y'all both got me laughing right now. My weekend was cool. I went to Shonen Pump.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun experience.
I didn't go to that. I'm just saying, oh, yeah, that happened.
That Shonen Pump was one of my favorites that they've had in quite some time, so I'm glad I went. I think I need to go outside.
You know what's funny? I feel like I need the opposite. I feel like me staying inside is actually doing better for me, for my mental health.
That's what's up.
Why are you making that face?
Cause I just keep saying ironic things.
How's
Wow.
it ironic? It is
Yeah,
what's up.
like,
That staying inside is good for his mental health.
All right,
Like going outside is probably gonna stress me out more.
I'm sorry to hear you're stressed, bro. Happy to hear you're getting better.
That's life. Who said I was getting better?
You just said staying in was good for your mental health.
this is gonna be a very unserious episode. I can feel it. All right, moving on. Past his mental health. Last week in comics, Bane co-creator calls the absolute villain version a terrible abomination. And I quote, as the designer / co-creator of Bane, this is a terrible abomination. He also wasn't a fan of Tom Hardy's portrayal of Bane in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises. He sounds like a tough critic.
I mean, when you make the character or help design it, you know,
Yeah.
I think you get that right to be a tough critic.
No,
You know what's funny? I forgot that everybody on X paid to have the blue check mark. So when I was looking at the Twitter post, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people who are very important in here commenting on this. And I was like, wait, no. These are just normal people.
Normal people, man.
Nah, here's my thing. Nah, he sounded like a tough critic because I didn't think I could understand why he feels that way about the Absolute Bane because he looks kind of weird. That the character actually looks weird in the Absolute universe. But to say you wasn't a fan of Tom Hardy's, I don't know. I felt like Tom Hardy's Bane got a lot of new fans into Bane.
I mean, what is it about Tom Hardy's Bane that he don't like? Like,
I felt like without making him beefed up off of drugs, right? I feel like he did a good portrayal. He was strategic. He was very Batman.
Yeah, so
maybe that was it. It was
the voice
potentially.
Bane never really had a voice, like so to speak, prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the complaint is here. I mean, now going forward, I think that's like the default Bane voice,
100%,
because they do it in the Harley Quinn show. So, and I don't think has he been in any of the Arkham games?
Who, Bane?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he sound like Tom Hardy?
No. He sounds like, I don't know. This is gonna sound racist as hell, but like Antonio Banderas or some shit like that. Like,
Hispanic.
Yeah, because he sounds very Hispanic. Because
isn't he Hispanic?
Yeah.
All right, but all right, maybe that's why he didn't like it, because it was Tom Hardy, not a Hispanic guy. They put some white man as Bane.
You know what?
And also, Bane was fashioned as like a wrestler. No, like isn't that his whole?
Yeah, you can say that. I would say that. Yeah.
Tom Hardy didn't give. It was just a different take, so I can Tom Hardy didn't give wrestler vibes.
He wasn't wrestling, but he was definitely giving grappler.
True.
Yeah, and on top of that,
but I get why the creator.
It's hard to say because it's not consistent that he's always a wrestler or a luchador, like off the jump, right? Like but what's consistent from my understanding is he was born in a prison. And they call it the hole or whatever they call it, the pit,
the dark,
right? Like I think that's like the consistent thing. I don't know. I actually don't know where the luchador, the wrestling comes from. For being honest,
I don't know his mask. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but I don't understand where in his story he becomes one as well.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where in the lore, and I think that the Dark Knight Rises lore wasn't bad for him either. It was cool in my opinion. Like, okay, Bane is born in
this is the first
the underground
I've heard of anybody comic book related being critical of Tom Hardy's Bane. I feel like he's just universally liked. The movie itself might not have been universally liked compared to The Dark Knight, but I feel like everybody liked, for the most part, Tom Hardy's Bane. So,
well, he's a tough critic in my opinion.
He made the guy.
I feel you, but it's like,
you can't call somebody who took part in making the guy a tough critic. Like, he knows what the character is supposed to be.
Listen, I think I feel that in things where the continuity of your character is always consistent, but when the continuity of your character is ever changing and it's allowed to be expanded on and changed at any given moment, you have these moments. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a too far derivative of the original character. And then it's a well-liked adaptation of your character. Maybe even more well-liked than the character was originally.
Tom Hardy's Bane.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Like, we didn't, like, it was cool. Like, oh, Bane broke Batman's back. But then when we got Tom Hardy's Bane, I was like, yeah, he it.
Yeah, for sure.
He it. That was the it moment for Bane on a worldwide scale. And if you to go, I hated it, I was like,
yeah,
I guess.
You think he's being a hater, essentially?
To a degree. I think there's been a lot of discourse with comic book creators and co-creators of characters when it comes to the establishments with DC and Marvel and the adaptations of their characters within their movies and TV shows. I think a couple weeks ago, the Deadpool creator felt the way about something, but I wasn't too sure if it was how his character is being handled or it was how Kevin Feige treats them.
It was Disney treatment.
Yeah, and then there's a petition now as well for the Superman movie for it not to happen.
Why?
I think the Superman, it's not even in the docket, but I think the Superman estate is like, they don't think they like the portrayal of the character now or something.
The movie didn't even come out yet.
But there's a current, from what I remember, and it wasn't on this docket because it wasn't recent news.
Right.
This happened in the past couple of weeks.
Right.
Right. And like they're not rocking with it.
The movie didn't even come out yet. So who?
I don't know. Matter of fact,
What's wrong with these nerds, man?
Honestly, I feel like we don't need another Superman movie, so I wouldn't shed a tear if it doesn't progress forward.
Well, you know what? You could stay in the minority with that opinion, bro. I'll take another Superman movie. What's wrong with you?
why do you feel like we don't need another Superman movie?
Because we've got so many Superman movies. There's so many superheroes. Let's look at some other ones.
Bro, we got 5.
That's a lot.
The first 3 came out before we were born.
So we still got it.
All right, 6. Superman Returns. But the
still got it.
first 3 that matter came out before we were born. Then it was like another 20 years before we got Superman Returns. Right. And then after that was like another 8 years before Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Batman v Superman. There's such a large gap between Superman movies. Aside from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, the gap between Superman movies is large, man.
Yo, give us a Cyclops movie. How about that?
A whole movie just off Cyclops?
Why not?
I don't want
Why
that.
not?
Because why?
I don't know. I just wanted to pick someone, and Cyclops came to my mind. But I'm just saying, like, if you want another another Superman movie, I get it. But I'm like, there's a lot out. So when James Gunn said he was doing Superman, I was like, okay, been here a lot. Guess I'm gonna be here again.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like
Then I saw
6
the
is.
trailer. And I was like,
I don't feel like 6 is that much,
I'm happy to be
especially
here now.
when half of the 6 that come to mind were
It's
again before I was born.
And then you got like
The Christopher
whole
Reeve movies.
Superman shows, Smallville, and then you got Lois
Alright, there we go.
Lane.
You do
It's
got a
just
bunch
like,
of
damn,
shows
it's just
and
mad superhero. I mean, it's mad Superman. Like, let's explore something else. That's all. Or let's not. Like, Superman's a very cool.
Wait, hold on. So are we saying there's too much Superman media?
I'm not saying there's too much Superman media per se. I'm saying if they didn't go ahead with the Superman movie, I wouldn't shed a tear because I feel like I've been surrounded by Superman my whole life. That is what I'm saying.
I understand. But since they are rebooting that whole DC universe, you need a new Superman.
and I found it. The Joseph Scheiser estate, co-creator of Superman, has filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery and DC Comics, allegedly copyright infringement in multiple international markets, potentially impacting the release of the upcoming Superman movie.
Copyrights and stuff. All right, well then I guess that's different than a bunch of nerds just like, we don't like this. His eyes are crooked. Like,
I don't know.
That's I think I remember reading that when it dropped too.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Moving on into gaming. Nintendo had a direct. It was not it, in my opinion. Wasn't a big fan. I think they came up with a cool concept about lending their games to people. I seen that and I knew Luther wished this existed when we were children. So Nintendo has this thing now where you can lend your game digitally to someone else for 2 weeks and it comes right back. And I feel like that's going to be a game changer. I feel like...
Isn't that hurting them?
How?
Because aren't they losing money?
No, they only keep it for like 2 weeks.
You only get to keep it.
It goes right back.
That's all you need. So you don't gotta, if Victor buys a game, you don't gotta buy the game. You pay it in 2 weeks.
I mean, but...
And none of your friends gotta buy the game now.
But what's the difference of doing that when they have physical cartridges that you could just also lend to a person?
Yeah.
I think this...
And probably not get back because they might lose it.
Exactly. The point of it, I think, get a sense of... I think... I can't say the word right now. I think it just helps out with what they got going on personally. I think that it gets people who are playing their Switches more because, I don't got this game, what my mans do. Just lend it to me. And even if they forget to, quote unquote, give it back, it's fine. It's coming right back in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think that's a game changer in gaming. I think that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I would like to see both Sony and Xbox attempt something like that. What would it look like? I don't know. For them.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction for Nintendo because in order to do it, you have to be next to the person though. Like it's like switch to switch, local wireless. You can't just do it from your house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what, if I go home 2 weeks later, it don't come back?
It'll come back, yeah.
But to send it.
But to do it, the switches got to be next to each other.
That's fine.
So because Nintendo's all about people and community
in-person interactions.
Yeah. They like doing that stuff. But hey, we'll see. That's not a bad idea. I like it.
Yeah, that's not terrible at all.
Yeah.
In that same direct, they have Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remakes coming out. Don't care for Dragon Quest. Just going through it.
Okay.
Don't care for Dragon Quest. Just going through
The
it.
HD 2D.
Yeah, I'm fine. They gave new things in the upcoming Pokemon game, Pokemon ZA. Don't care for it.
I'm still buy it though. I've bought everything else since. Why would I stop there, bro? I bought Scarlet Violet and that looked like crap.
Was it crap?
It's Pokemon. The core gameplay is still fun, even though it looked like crap. The core gameplay is still fun. It's Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. The gameplay in this one it changes. It's kind of different though, like because now you in the middle of the battle you could run around in the battle and your Pokemon follows.
You're a bit more active in the battling aspect.
Cool.
So you can like dodge moves that they call out or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but like I see them trying to change up like, you know, the typical Pokemon battle formula, especially for this Legend series, because it's not part of the mainline stuff. So they're trying something. I don't know if it's gonna work, but they're trying some. I need them to try to make their games look better though.
That should be coming out later this year. We have Tamagotchi Life Returns. Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream coming out in 2026, making nearly a decade since the last Tamagotchi game. I've never played a Tamagotchi game.
The name sounds familiar. I don't even know what you do in that game.
Tamagotchi.
Just like fish.
I mean, Tamagotchi fishing.
The thing is a bit more than fishing.
You hang out in your garden and you cook.
The only thing I know about Tamagotchis is little toys from when we were kids.
It's Tamagotchi.
Damn.
Oh no!
Damn. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about no Tamagotchi then. This is just Animal Crossing.
Basically.
Yeah, we could just Animal Crossing, Sims, you know, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Simulation, lifestyle, cozy game stuff.
All right, so we're not excited for it. Got it.
I mean, I like cozy games. You know, I play Animal Crossing, but I'm not playing this.
I did not know you played Animal Crossing.
I've been playing Animal Crossing since 2003. I lie. 2001.
That sounds.
No, I lie. That's definitely a lie because GameCube came out in 2003. I've been playing Animal Crossing since it first came out on the GameCube.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
I mean, it came out on the 64 first, then got ported to the GameCube.
Got it. Nah, that's cool.
I'm an Animal Crossing guy, bro.
You should talk about that more. You know, it's a great conversational starter.
I made a whole Animal Crossing video during COVID.
Oh shit! I saw it. I just forgot. I just forgot about it.
Who's man's?
She said, like, I didn't know you play Animal Crossing. I'm like, I feel like this is a known fact. Like,
me too. I thought it was known.
Like, this,
Oh, I did not know
this
that.
is a publicly known fact. If people more recent, if you're new here, yeah, you wouldn't know that. But if you were here with us for a minute, this is something you know.
I play Animal Crossing, yeah. Hard. Like, I boot Ugly Villagers hard. What else we got for Nintendo Direct?
Got you. We have Marvel Cosmic Invasion, a beat 'em up throwback arcade style brawler, tribute game / same team behind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, solo or team up with 4 people, coming in 2025.
Sounds nice. I'm not buying it though.
Why not? Why not?
I don't feel compelled to buy that game.
Is it because all right? So, quick fun story, right? Because it did seem like you were having too much fun when you were playing it. So we went on vacation, not a vacation, but like a little cabin trip within the past couple weeks, and they had an arcade in the B&B we were staying, and he was playing the old school Marvel beat 'em up game at this B&B.
It was the X-Men Joan.
Yeah, the X-Men one, and he did not look like he was having fun.
Nah, it was cool. It was all right.
Nah, you look like you was playing it because you wanted to prove the point that you could beat it, not because you were having fun. And
I mean, listen, man, you've been playing video games as long as we have, you know, like you kind of just play games just to play games.
He did not look like he was enjoying it.
It wasn't bad. I'm not buying the game, man. Like, been there, done that. That's a past era. I don't need to go back there, bro. I don't need to go back to them Streets of Rage.
The most recent Streets of Rage was fun as fuck.
I know, but I don't feel compelled to play games like that anymore.
I like a good beat.
Well, go out my way. Like, I'll play it if it's there, like the X-Men thing we was talking about, because it's free. I'm not buying that.
Got you. Ubisoft and Tencent form a new subsidiary company. $1.25 billion investment backed by Tencent. The new subsidiary will take over the franchise like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. So, Tencent, I don't know too much about Tencent. I don't know if you do, Luther. The company Tencent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're putting $1.25 billion into Ubisoft to make it.
Keep looking at me.
Look at both of you guys.
Were you?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Because I looked up and she was already looking at me.
Yeah. So essentially, they're making. Is this a step in the right direction? Do we need $1.25 billion for fucking? I did it again. Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six.
I don't know what's going on over there because it's like Ubisoft wants to get bought out, but they don't want to lose control over their stuff, so they just allow them to buy certain IPs, not everything, protect certain IPs to get a bailout type thing. So I don't know.
Okay, so now they're in a position now that they're making a new subsidiary with a company that's giving them the money they need to succeed. But I think my question is, will that help? Right? Because it feels like the quality. He said no.
I don't think so, because all they did was give them extra money and bought them more time. But for what? Because like, are you? Like you said, the quality, like you were trying to say before I cut you off, my bad. But like the quality of said games, is that going to change because you gave them more money?
I don't think it wasn't a money issue to begin with.
It wasn't a money issue, man.
It was just I wasn't putting in no. I don't want to say I wasn't putting in the work, but you weren't pushing the envelope or making things, making things more. What's the word I'm looking for here? Fun.
Yeah.
You weren't making things fun. I've watched him play this Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm watching it. I'm like, you fight a lot from the assassin. I thought it was quick, juke, and they're dead.
Stab to death.
Yeah, stab to death, and they're fighting you back like it's Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, I'm not playing this game.
That was me not playing as Yasuke, bro. That was when I was Naui, the assassin-like character. Yasuke, you just run up in the spot and just beat everybody up. Just straight up.
And I don't even get the point of that. It's called Assassin's Creed, not Assassin Brawler.
Yeah.
I saw him fighting like full combos in a boss fight. I'm like, I thought you was an assassin. Go kill him.
Yeah, that game is that game.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Listen, I already expressed how I felt about that last week. So that game is that game. If you want to hear my personal thoughts on it, just go watch the beginning of last week's episode. All right. And we also have a full review on the website too. That was my review. But we also got a full L.A.N Party review for that too. It's just my voice, but it wasn't my review.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on to movies and shows. Avatar movie adds Invincible Steven Yeun to cast. Huh?
We was gonna skip over Metroid Prime 4?
It wasn't on the docket.
Thought you was a Metroid guy.
I am a Metroid Fusion guy.
Oh.
I am a old school side platformer Metroid guy.
Oh.
I don't care for these primes, all right?
Prime.
I don't care for the I've done this already. I've done this already. Matter of fact, this would have been cool for the Nintendo Wii. You didn't wait this. You waited too many years for me to care.
Damn. All right. Well, never mind then. Continue.
Like, I'll talk about it. I think the trailer.
You'll talk about how you don't like it. That's what you about to do.
Well, that's what you did with Assassin's Creed.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
Let him have his moment.
I just thought he was a Metroid fan in general. So,
so here's the thing. I do like Metroid. I prefer the side scrollers. In my opinion, I really prefer the side scrollers because I find that to be more fun. Prime, like you're gonna put us this new one. You're gonna put us in a bigger world. Still give us restrictions, and what you're giving us telekinesis now. I feel like my issue with the Prime series is that there's too far in between the games for people to care when the next one comes out, myself included. This would have been cool around the Wii era. I think this would have been so cool, right? Because then, like, you use the Wii nunchucks and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we had Metroid Prime 3.
You could have given me 4?
So you're not going to play
They just
game?
dropped 3.
I'm not playing this.
All right.
I'm not about to play this.
All right, bro. We could go on.
Yeah.
You don't play
Progressing
Metroid,
forward.
right?
No.
All right,
Progressing forward.
Move on.
We got it.
We ball. Continue. My
ball.
bad, King.
Yeah. Avatar movie adds Invincible Steven Yeun to cast in a undisclosed role. Paramount Pictures confirmed Steven Yeun's involvement in the Aang Avatar animated movie with IGN. Steven Yeun's on a tour right now. He's going to be on a tour soon. Not right now. He's going to be on a tour soon. I think that it sucks that everyone had to realize how great of an actor he was and voice actor he was because of Invincible, but he was doing his thing since The Walking Dead. So kudos to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Who you
Kudos
think
to
he'll
him.
be playing?
Huh? I didn't.
Who you think he's gonna be playing?
It depends what story they're adapting, but even then, I couldn't tell you because this sounds like an important role. This sounds like potential. I'm gonna say it sounds like because they didn't give enough, but to cast Steven Yeun, it has to be probably like the antagonist or a brand new character.
And not Avatar 1?
Did we not have a voice actor for him already?
Yeah, it was
He
Steven Yeun.
voiced him as Avatar 1.
But it's an Aang movie. Matter of fact, yeah.
Does it
Why
matter?
they say? But why? Hold on. Why did they make it seem like undisclosed role if he was already Wong?
Because it's undisclosed.
Yeah,
they
it
didn't
could be
confirm if he was
somebody else.
Avatar
Yeah.
1 or not. But I'm just saying, we know he's been Avatar 1. So, do you
Most
think they're
likely,
going
right?
to bring him back or are they going to have him do something else? Like, it's not the first time I think they've done that with voice actors.
They've only done that with one voice actor.
To play 2 different roles?
Yes.
Who?
Zuko.
Yeah.
Who else did Zuko play?
He's in Legend of Korra. He plays the general. Right? General who?
General Iroh.
Iroh, yeah.
The son?
The great grandson.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's the only
only
one.
him?
Yeah, to my knowledge, yes.
I was about to be Steven Yeun too, bro. Like,
But it made sense because it was he was the grandson, right? So what we gonna get? A descendant of Wong? Ain't
spiritual descendant.
Wait, what is this movie about? Do you know?
that's the problem. We
I
don't
don't know. Okay. At all. We just know they're
have no
going to
idea.
make
It's an Aang movie.
a movie about Aang as a...
I think it's not an original
Avatar.
story. They said.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is this is the Aang movie. And I think it comes out in like 2 years. Because first we're getting a Kyoshi movie, an Aang movie, and then my MVP, a Korra movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mind your business.
Sure.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to have this debate. Moving on.
Sure.
How you want to tell him to stop saying sure then? Tell him to stop saying
You
sure.
know Luther, he going to say what he going
You
to
feel
say.
me? All right. So when I antagonize him, I don't want y'all looking at me crazy.
Want to get it out one more time? Like,
Bet it up.
Next.
New Legend of Zelda live action movie release date March 26, 2027. Announced in the Nintendo News app. No cast yet, but the film will be produced by Sony Pictures in association with Nintendo.
Cooking.
you're not going to show your shirt?
What?
You're not going to show your Legend of Zelda shirt in the Legend of Zelda segment?
Ain't he already showing it? He wearing it.
Just be like, Legend of Zelda, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know how I feel about this movie.
It's gonna be great.
A
That
live,
sounds like wishful thinking.
a live
But, like,
action.
2 weeks after Sonic 4 too. That's gonna be a good month.
No, all right. So here's my thing. Right, here's why I'm nervous. It's a live action Zelda movie. We haven't had a voice actor for Link since that doo-doo garbage show from we were children.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. We haven't had a voice actor for him since then, and now you're giving me a live action.
Give credit to the person that goes hot, heat, hit, hot.
My fault. My bad. My bad.
That's voice acting, man.
I am.
And he put his
scared.
foot in that role.
Yeah.
You mean the
He put
Japanese
his
man? Because
yeah, he put his foot in that. You hear them screams, bro? Or how about when a bad guy kick you off a ledge and you just go fly? No,
the extent. You know what's so funny? I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they just leave the original voice actor from Japan in the American dub for the games.
Absolutely, bro. Ain't no American yelling like that. But like, you know, when Link gets smacked around, bro, all those screams and yells, bro.
Again.
Worthy.
What? Who is playing Link? I don't know a voice.
Tom Holland.
What?
You don't
Do
got
you really think
you
it'd
don't.
be a good movie, Luther? Because I don't know,
Yes.
like the current video games movies out right now, it doesn't look.
What are you? Wait, hold on. What? Nah. Besides Borderlands,
Minecraft kind of looks absurd.
And it's gonna make money.
this is gonna make money.
And was Super Mario
not-
Brothers good? Was it
That movie made $1 billion.
Yeah, but was it good?
It is the highest grossing video game movie.
But Greg isn't saying it's gonna be make money. He's saying I don't think it's gonna be good. That's what he's saying.
You don't make $1 billion if your movie's whack.
Yeah, you do.
$1 billion? No, millions? Sure.
Wait, but was it good?
Billions?
You didn't answer. Was it good?
The money speaks for itself, in my opinion.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Yes, I did.
Did you think it was good?
Yes, I did.
Did you
And
think
so
it
did
was
the
good?
Other people who spent their money and made it $1 billion
I think-
movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear what you're trying to ask, but I feel like if something made a threshold of $1 billion,
It's like
I feel like that speaks for itself in the essence of like people continue to keep going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was a good movie, but like the fact that it made $1 billion is a monument to itself that it is a good movie. It's proof
For a video
that it's
game
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Billion.
proof that it's a good movie. And then Sonic as well was fire. I think video game movies are hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on how it's portrayed. So right now, when it comes to live action movies, that's where it gets iffy, in my opinion. The
Sonic has done great so far.
Which say again?
Sonic has done great so far.
Yes, but Sonic is like the main character itself isn't
Real. Yeah, he's
it's
CGI.
real. And on
Yeah,
top
He's
of that,
animated, yeah.
and on top
There'll be a
of
lot of
that,
animated
they had
characters
to
in Zelda.
bully the fan base had to bully the studio into changing the characters model change the character model.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen with Nintendo because Shigeru Miyamoto's gonna be like, "There's no way you're making Link look like that."
Oh, yeah.
Are you out your mind?
Miyamoto's not finna play, but then
Nintendo's not finna play in general. You're not doing that. Like, absolutely not.
Nintendo is one of the few companies that stand on business and they won't budge.
They will not budge. Like, you're not doing that with our character. No matter. He's not saying that. He's not doing this. Like, Nintendo does not play when it comes to their IPs.
But I think that's why I'm scared for the movie. I don't think it'll be good, is because it's a live action. If you're not getting like fairy-esque looking people to play these characters,
How hard is that?
yeah, they must look ethereal.
How
at
hard
all
is that?
times, right? What actors you think look ethereal?
Anybody in Lord of the Rings? Like,
Bro, they
Also,
not.
you can find new actors and actresses.
there's
Like,
plenty of elf-looking people in the world,
I think-
bro. Look at Rings of Power on Amazon. A lot of elves in that, man.
I think, in my opinion, you have to find very ethereal looking characters, and then you have to. And then I'm kind of intrigued how they portray Ganon.
Now that
Yeah, live action. Yeah.
that is what I think they should get like a Middle Eastern actor to play.
I think one misstep you're treading, one misstep on the Ganon casting, you're being racist.
for sure, definitely
Being
for
racist.
sure, a Middle Eastern actor for Ganondorf, like without question.
But you can't get. But you need someone who can act. You need someone who's menacing, and you need someone who is like big.
I mean, they could always portray size on screen.
That's-
you don't need them to be the size of the mountain.
No, I don't.
But-
I'm not saying the size of a mountain, but you
No, I meant like the mountain from Game
Oh.
of Thrones.
a little bit. Nah, a little bit.
Like-
For Ganon,
They could alter that on screen, man.
you need to. I'm not saying you need to look like the great Khalid. I'm not saying he needs to be the great Khalid,
Or he could be.
or not, if he can act, sure. Like, but I need you to be between 6 foot to 6'5". You need to look
For
like
sure.
you need to be. You need to be the size of Reacher, just Middle Eastern.
Yeah. There's no actors that I mean Jinder Mahal. Hey, he brolic as hell too. He brolic as hell too. He'll play the hell out of that role, bro. Just give him some red hair. You got a Ganondorf.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Well, all right, but Link, Zelda, what? Like
I can't even think of actors who could, when it comes to Zelda.
Timothy Chalamet for Link?
What if they make Link
He got a real angled elven looking face, bro.
or Zelda black?
Huh?
How I feel about that? What if they make Link or Zelda?
Why would they do
black?
that?
Why would they make Snape black?
Because Snape is from a book.
So-
We already have an actual visual representation of Link and Zelda from like 30 plus years of video games.
Yeah, but you can. You also have a
have a question.
description of how.
And also, I also don't agree with Snape being black either. I'm not
A
trying
lot
to
of
defend
people
that.
don't.
But, like,
So wait, why do we need Zelda or Link black? I'm confused.
I'm not saying we. I
he
didn't
said, what
say
if
we
they
do.
make
I
them
said,
black,
what if
but,
we
like-
did? That's.
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
I'm not watching the movie.
saying.
I'm not watching
there's
the movie.
already an established universe with established visuals of what those characters look like.
Mm-hmm.
You have literally 35 years of Zelda games that all show what Link looks like, what Zelda looks like, and every different interpretation of them. The blackest Zelda we got was Tetra, and she was a descendant. She wasn't even like Zelda. And then when she did turn to Zelda, she wasn't even black anymore.
Not watching it.
It's like,
Gonna watch it.
and then when she changed back, she got the tan back in her skin. But yeah, there's no reason for those characters to be.
Yeah, I would be upset. Like uproar.
No, I'm not gonna be like, "Arr, black. I'm just be like, why?
I'm just not going. to
Yo,
watch it.
why? Like, why would you do that? Like, this is the character, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know race in that world, like color of your skin doesn't matter in that world because race in the like species matters, not color of your skin. But like,
And there's no black Hylians. The black people are the Gerudos. And there are
That's
black Gerudo men as well, right?
one.
And he is their king.
I don't even think he's black. Again, I see the Gerudos as like Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
Indian.
And that's fine, but they are of darker skin tone. So if you change up the lore, right?
Yeah, why are there no black Hylians? No, there was brown people in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. In Hyrule.
And they could be the children of the Gerudos who ended up having boys.
Oh shit. Valid point.
That's what I'm saying. So if you give me a dark skinned Link or Zelda, you're messing with the lore. And I don't care that you make an original story, but don't change. I don't want to see change in that gaming, in that lore, because we have.
We could have a black Link or Zelda, but
What if they're like light skin, like basic?
no, we could have that, but like for the first Zelda movie,
stay close.
stay close. Like, you know how like Marvel be liking to change up their characters and whatnot for like different interpretations for characters. Yeah, it might exist in the canon, but like most of the time when people want to see the characters on screen, they want to see the character that they know.
Yeah.
Like, not like, oh, there is a version of this character that looks. No, we want the character, unless the other version is the more popular one. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about the Zelda universe is that there is no multiverse. They're just timeline splits. So even if this movie exists, it would just be seen as a timeline split, which is fine, but it's not before the beginning of time where like the very first game explains why things are the way they are. Other mediums don't have those moments. So there are ways to interpret it differently. But at the beginning of their universe, right? If their gaming universe, they tell you the reason why Link is always a man and why Zelda is always a woman is because of this. It's because they're related to this, and this is the story. The reason why the main villain acts the way he does and he comes out the way he does is because of this. That is the most consistent thing throughout all the goddamn games, right? Throughout every story, those are the most consistent things. So I'm not saying you can't have liberties. I'm saying don't change the rules of their universe. If you want to add you want to add new things and add new rules, sure, but don't completely erase their rules for the sake of what? Just to have a dark-skinned Zelda, a dark-skinned Link. You feel me? Like I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. And then,
I've never really thought about changing the skin tone of Link and Zelda.
Yeah.
To be honest, never been a thought that even for the video games. Because I mean, it's possible because in Tears of the Kingdom, when Zelda goes back in time, like the very first king and queen of Hyrule, Shorty. I mean, one dude is like
But then
a whole
again,
different species. But like,
what if
but
they're light skinned? Like, what if
that's
they're
possible because
light-skinned,
that
passing?
that
We can make it
Zelda
work.
forgot her actual name from like 10,000 years ago. She was a bit tan.
Yeah, because she lived in the sky near the sun.
They didn't live in the sky. They were on the earth.
The one you talking about? The one from
Tears of the Kingdom.
I was thinking of someone
When
else.
Zelda goes all the way back in time, she gets thrown back in time, and with the very first king and queen of Hyrule, that Hylian lady, she's brown.
What was his name again? Not Rafa. No.
Something with an R.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Shorty that he was with, she was brown in the skin and directly related to Zelda. Zelda's a descendant of that said brown lady.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible. I mean, they throw it in the game. I won't be like, wow, they're black. I'd be like, I mean,
I'm not going
you can only get reincarnated so many times before you end up being black.
I can't see it happening because Zelda is a reincarnation of the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
But being Zelda, you're part of the royal family,
Yeah.
right?
Can't be black.
At this point,
Or brown?
at this point in her genetic tree, no, how whitewashed she is at this point.
They are very whitewashed. Like
They're
medieval
so whitewashed at this point. No,
All right, but Link could be because Link always be starting from the dirt. Like
the chances of Link
he'd be
being
like some
potentially
farm boy becoming a knight and whatnot. Like
the chances of Link being potentially dark skinned are not as likely, but there are potential there. But the storytelling has to make sense, and that you can't just do it just to do it. And the only way you're getting away with that is that someone in the most recent of his bloodline made it with a Gerudo.
was brown.
What?
Well, you could him being half Gerudo though would be
That's what I'm saying.
that'd be a good twist.
That's a
But
good story right there. Him being half Gerudo. But if you're not giving me that, don't make him brown and make him brown.
Why not? We just said that they had brown Hylians in like the last 2 games.
Yes, but where are these Hylians coming from?
I don't know, bro.
We have to consider that Gerudos, because the Gerudos is an all-woman nation, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are only brown people in the goddamn world.
They're the brownest. I want to say the only.
They leave their village to go mate with people and then go back to their village. And when they have boys, they send their boys out and they keep the girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing but women. So imagine a village of 200 women dipping on the same night, doing what they do. They come back, right? Only 25 of those kids end up being women this year and 75 are men. There's 75 extra men in the world, right? And we do it again next year. Now there's an extra 30 men in the world that are of Gerudo descent.
Mm-hmm.
Of Gerudo descent. That's what I'm saying. We will see brown skin Hylians, but they are part Gerudo. Because there's no other place that they're still procreating that are brown.
Mm-hmm.
And as those brown Hylians keep procreating and living their lives and stuff like that, guess what? It dilutes. They just keep diluting. Mm-hmm. The brownest people are the Gerudos. And if you're brown at any capacity, you must be part Gerudo.
That's how the world works.
Because them Hylians, they're not racist. They're not sitting there, you're brown. Oh. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I might take that back. I might take that back. Because the Gerudos people were scared of them. Mm-hmm. They were like
because they would kidnap the men and then kill them.
They used to kill. Yeah, they used to procreate and kill the men. They was getting it in.
You tried to sneak into their compound on their territory, they'll kidnap you and then death by snoo.
Literally, that's
lock you up, have sex with you, kill you.
A lot.
Yep. That is a lot. They're pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they were like the best warriors in the land as well.
And Ganondorf is the one male. Is the one male that didn't get sent out.
Because at some point they started. I think after Ocarina of Time, they started having men. Like men were just being born, but the way it worked was every 100 years, one man would be born. Like every so often, one man was born, and that was the king.
Yeah,
he was now the king of the Gerudos, and ever since he betrayed the land and they defeated him, they've tried to separate themselves from his evilness, like from what he did, right? And then they started leaving their village because they used to never leave. They started leaving their village. they started having snoosu and they wasn't killing people. You was just never going to see them again, right?
Yeah.
You just never going to see them again. And then if they have a son, they don't kill the son. Just go, go live your life. Don't come back here. Don't come back here. Now the little brown babies running around, half brown, because again,
pointy ears.
Yeah, with pointy ears. But I'm not too sure. I don't have high hopes for this movie. I would like to be surprised.
Maybe if you could get a casting list of who's playing who.
Yeah.
Then.
All right. We have Iron Fist actor Finn Jones wants another shot at the role. I'm very aware of the critiques of the character and my role in it. My response to that is give me a effing chance. Man, I'm here and I'm ready and I want to prove people wrong. Do we care that the Iron Fist actor wants to prove people wrong?
Nope.
At first I was annoyed, but then I was just like, you know what? He seems passionate about it. He wants to right his wrongs. Like, can we be mad at him for that?
Yep.
Okay.
He had 3 chances to get this thing right, man.
Listen, in my eyes, the only person that can right their wrongs is Bryson Tiller.
He had 3 chances to correct this, bro. He had Iron Fist season 1. All right, like, ooh, booty butt cheeks. You see the feedback from the people. Man, this guy stinks. Then you do it again. Season 2. Man, this guy stinks. And then you go into the Defenders, and then you're the worst character in the Defenders, bro. You get your ass whooped by Daredevil. Like, come on.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. You had the power to punch a hole through a mountain, but you let Daredevil beat you up.
Then Daredevil pieced you up easy, bro. Clearly a way better fighter.
No diff.
And you tell us to give you a chance. You had plenty of chance, right? I'll even give you grace for season. I can't even give him grace for season 1 because he didn't do no fight training. But they said like they threw him in the show too soon for do actual fight training. All right, prepare yourself for season 2 then.
Do some push-ups.
Go train. Charlie Cox trained. That's why his scenes look so good because he actually know what the hell he doing.
Maybe he's prepared to do push-ups.
Push-ups. Man, he had his chance, bro. Go hire somebody else, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you should have told them, bro, go train me. Like, you know how some actors take over the role. Be like, I'm like Frank Castle. John Bernthal like, I'm not coming back if the story don't make sense, bro. What you wrote, that joint don't make sense. Frank wouldn't do that. I'm not with it. And then they had to fix it. Otherwise, he wasn't coming back. Do the same thing with Iron Fist. Unless, fight training, whatever. But he did it 3 times, bro. Yeah. It cooked, bro. You're done. Next.
I feel like he saw Daredevil success and he's like, wait, I could do this.
And then he didn't.
But I mean, even now, because, I assume that came out because Daredevil's.
Yeah, but Daredevil was always good. So, that's the thing.
I know. You're right.
The Daredevil series was always good. So, it came back and people were like, we love this. He come back, we're going to be tight.
Mad. Next up is Giancarlo Esposito wants to play Mr. Free.
The guy.
Nope, I'm going moving on.
Nah, who?
So question of the day.
Who?
Question of the day.
No, don't move on. Talk about this.
Nah, I'm good.
He's the guy that was in.
No, I know who it is.
He tried to who? No, I ain't doing it.
Who?
No. Who?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Do y'all think he'll be great for that role?
Yes.
That man can do whatever he want, bro.
Yes.
He can play whatever role he want.
I think whatever villain-esque role he wants to play, he will do fantastic in.
Copy, yeah.
He has the voice, he has the swagger, and he is a good actor.
He's a great actor. Whatever he wants, he gets. Give him the role.
I ain't got no questions. All right. Before I get into this Marvel's Reveals Avengers Doomsday cast, I have a question for you both. The question is, do you feel as if that Marvel is giving us too much before the movie premieres? And what I mean by too much, I mean too much information. So the question of the day is Marvel giving us too much information about what's going on or who's going to be in the movie before we even see the movie?
Yeah. But they kind of have to at this point.
Why do you say that? To get
people hyped? Yeah. To get people, because I've seen some people who've seen the casting list and they're like, oh man, this is stacked. This is going to be lit. You know, when before they didn't really have to do that because the movies kind of did that for them.
Yeah.
Movies spoke for themselves before. Movies haven't been speaking for themselves lately since like, you know, post Endgame. So
Sheesh.
they gotta really hype it up just because.
I wish they never told us half this cast.
Nobody would care though going into it.
You can't say no one would care. I think people would still go see it.
Yeah, they're gonna see it, but I feel like people are more inclined now to see, like, oh snap, like the X-Men is in there. Yo, we in there. I'm gonna watch this, bro. Like the OG X-Men, we in there. I'm gonna watch it, bro.
Saying, like the surprise would have been iconic.
It would have been great, but
Yeah.
that only worked back then because we were already hyped to go see the movie because the movies were actually like that good at the time. Like,
Yeah, but people were gonna see it. People were gonna
people are
see it.
gonna see. Well, I mean, because we're like 15 years in, bro. Of course, people are gonna see it. People, you know, you got dedicated fans. People just want to watch the movies because
So then people.
I do rather enjoy them, but like the hype is not the same. Like with Infinity War and Endgame, or even the first Avengers movie, because it's just like the lead up to it is not the same.
I think they could have built hype through marketing strategy than telling us who's in this movie.
It's lazy. Is that
It
your
is
point,
pretty lazy,
Greg?
though, yeah.
Yes,
It's lazy.
it felt like we're doing this because we're depending on these characters.
100%.
And now that I feel like you're depending on these characters,
How good is your film?
how
gonna be?
good is this movie really going to be?
Absolutely. 'Cause
Right?
You didn't even have the confidence to let it speak for itself.
Exactly.
And like a teaser trailer, like, yo, was that Cyclops?
And I mean, it was the same nonsense with Captain America because y'all spoiled.
Yeah, like
the
you
Red
didn't have to
Hulk.
show us.
Yeah,
You have to show us Red Hulk.
It would have been iconic if
could
you
have
didn't
alluded
spoil
to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's going to kind of that's going to allow them to shoot themselves in the foot, because now I know this. I was like, okay, you show me half these people for them to die.
Yeah.
Who you killing? Now I'm asking who you killing.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Who are you about to kill?
That's a lot of people in this whole multiverse thing.
And it's not as exciting anymore, I would assume.
No, it's not.
No.
Like when they had first revealed Spider-Man in the Civil War trailer, that was good because nobody like there was rumors of it, but then you know you finally get a trailer and then he pops up like and you get like 5 seconds of him, so nothing you could really like dissect too much. And they're like we got Spider-Man, nice, you know, and then people are hyped to go, but also like the movies were just good at the time, so yeah, Civil War is just great, but.
I think
And Winter Soldier was also great. So people would obviously naturally want to go see the next Captain America.
Winter Soldier will forever be top 5 Marvel movie.
100%.
Same.
100%. No question about that.
No questions asked.
But yeah, they did drop a lot.
Like, and these are everyone who's in the movie. We have Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, and I'm mad he brought Loki back. Let's
But they
see.
had to. He's a fan favorite.
No, they didn't have to. I'm like because his role now is so much different. I think they brought back Loki as a contingency. If they mess this movie up, they will have him rewrite it.
God of
I
Stories.
don't like
yeah.
that. Who is this? Louis Pullman as Sentry, Florence as Yelena, Daniel Ramirez as Falcon, Ian Kelklin as Magneto. We have Bucky and Baku, Thor, B, Cyclops, Gambit, U.S. Agent, Sue Storm, Mystique, Professor X, Nightcrawler, Black Panther, Namor, Reed Richards, Ghost, I was about to say Ghost Rider, Ghost, Johnny Storm, Red Guardian, Doctor Doom, The Thing, and Captain America. This is a lot of people.
I don't even think that's the full cast either.
That's not the full cast.
And that's just one movie.
So it's just a teaser, right? We have a lot more to be excited about.
Nope, I'm not excited.
I would have been more excited if you give us, if the cast was just the people we've seen in the movies leading up to this, then be like, all right, so now everybody's coming together. And then the closer we get to like really, you know, the rollout for the film, we get a glimpse of the X-Men. You get a glimpse of Cyclops, see like a beam cross the screen or some shit like that. And all the other characters, like, you know, how they used to like sprinkle in elements of what's to come back in the day when, you know, they cared more. They don't do that no more. Now they're just like, nope, here's everybody.
I don't think they don't care. I think they're scrambling. That's what I think. And I think they don't know what they're doing. And I think they're panicking. But didn't they try to do that for Multiverse of Madness? Like once we got to the movies, there were so many cameos. Did that make that much of a difference? Am I bugging or remembering it wrong?
I don't even feel like there was that much cameos.
There was enough.
People were expecting more.
There wasn't that many
because
cameos.
the whole
in my
multiverse
opinion,
thing.
either.
But no, we got more cameos in Spider-Man than Multiverse of Madness.
And then on top of the Multiverse of Madness, cameos weren't bad, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't bad cameos. I just felt like that the cameos of Multiverse of Madness helped because it showed that we could do this and they do have the IPs. They can do it. They're not far from doing it. It gave hope. That moment gave hope that, okay, certain things can be done. You're showing me now that you're willing to do it. I just don't think this is the proper way of showing me.
And then they killed him.
Yeah. For nothing.
And then they killed him. So.
Wasted my time. But are we excited for this movie?
Sure, why not? I want to see the OG X-Men in action again.
I had no idea.
I seen one of those. Huh?
I had no idea that Kelsey Grammer was a beast. Like
ever?
all.
That's funny.
Ever. I did not know.
Did you watch the original movies?
I did.
That's
I did. Who didn't? Who didn't?
No.
But still, like, I didn't know. Yeah.
The voice. That's I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm just like the voice.
Yeah, he'd be like, hey, this guy kind of sounds like Frasier.
Yeah.
I think the issue is, did you watch Frasier? I think that's the question. And I did not watch Frasier.
So then how do you know Kelsey Grammer?
Because who doesn't know Kelsey Grammer? Also, he produced, like, Girlfriends and some really awesome shows.
He produced Girlfriends?
Yeah. He was one of the executive producers for it.
So how do you know? Wait, let me get this straight. So how do you know he produced all those shows? It's like you
because I know of Girlfriends. Because
So-
I know of CW and all of
Oh, so you've seen his like IMBD and stuff like that?
Yeah, I know
So
who he
you
is, but I ain't. And I know of Frasier. But who the fuck is watching Frasier? Y'all watched Frasier?
I'm very aware of what Frasier is as a show,
Precisely.
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's like one of his like iconic roles. Frasier, Kelsey Grammer, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Frasier, Beast. There's other things too, but I can't name it.
Also, to be
he's-
fair, when X-Men came out, we were really young. No, I don't think I was super into actors like
We're
that
like
to be
7, 8 years old. Bro.
yeah, like I'm not gonna be like, whoa, who played the Beast? Kelsey Grammer. Like I don't think I was that into acting and actors like that.
I guess.
You were? Were you like, who played the Beast?
No,
At 8
it's
years
not.
old?
It's not who played the Beast, but we all knew the Wolverine's real name. We all knew
Who's
his name.
Wolverine's real name?
You talking about Logan?
Who's his real name?
James Howlett.
Greg.
James Howlett.
Honestly, I'm blacking on his name too.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
What's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Nigga said Logan.
That's Logan.
James
So what's
Howlett.
his name again? James Howlett.
He was stalling so hard
Oh
just now.
But I was cooking though.
He was
I was-
stalling so hard.
I
just
was cooking.
Oh my god!
I still cook.
what's his real name? The Greatest Showman. Like that guy.
And don't forget Les Miserables, Prisoner 24601, or wherever that was.
I didn't know that.
But I guess I was the only one who saw The Miserables, so
I did not watch Les Mis. No.
don't.
But yeah, I'm interested to see them get busy and maybe die because
Yeah.
why else would you tell us all these people in the film? Like Greg said, if you about to kill like 3/4 of them, maybe God Doom just shows up and just wipes everybody out.
Do you guys know who's directing the film yet? Or
Thought it was the brothers.
The
No,
Russo
Spikey-
brothers.
the Russo-
Russo brothers.
I'm
yeah.
under the impression they're directing this film.
I mean, don't they do great?
No, they do
So
good
maybe,
work.
you
Not
know.
gonna lie, but they also did Endgame, and some people don't like Endgame. That
That's
was
some
Russo.
people. Who cares? Who cares what some people think?
Mm.
Overall,
Yeah, I don't-
Endgame was a good video. No, I mean, movie. No, I said,
I liked it. Yeah,
yeah, like.
I mean, I see why people dislike it, but I liked it.
And the Russo brothers also have that new movie on Netflix. No, like something Head of State or the one with Millie.
I have no idea.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby
Oh.
Brown is in it.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's Russo brothers though,
Okay.
but I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just brought it up because people are saying it's bad. So I was
Damn.
So then, what was that?
Yeah.
How are you defending them? Did they bring up
No, because I thought
a
it was straight too, but
potential-
I could be wrong. I could be getting it wrong.
But they also did the Extractions movies with Thor.
And those were good, right? Because I didn't see them.
Extraction.
Yes.
Go watch
I
Extraction
enjoyed
1 and 2. They're good.
I enjoyed them. Well, with that being said, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am Greg,
It's your boy Luther.
And I'm Amani.
and we're out.